Tell me what you see in me. Gotta be something different. You must be made for me. Patience is nothing. In and out, in and out, in and out. Arguing, trifling, difficult. Let more. I don't know why you love me. Yeah. You got it bad, you got it bad for me, babe. I don't feel glad that I can have this, babe. Nobody else true. Nobody else makes you. Nobody else had a clue what I could do, what I could do. We're right around the love, right around the trust, right around the dick, right around the slap, you know, like I'm throwing a fit.
Okay, so y'all remember earlier, I recorded earlier, but y'all remember when I was talking about testing the 100 pack of wicks I got. So I've been letting like my favorites that I made burn for a few hours now, and I'm gonna show y'all the wick pool. But the wick pool is doing very good, so obviously this should be a LX16. It is around the rim, I think, quicker than usual, but I think that's still fine. And also still has a bit of hang up. And this is kind of like where when I had poured it, because I poured directly from the my Presto pot, but when I poured it, it kind of went on the, it's kind of splashing the walls a bit, but if it's not reaching that high, then it should still be good. And the pool isn't that bad as well, so I'm going to go ahead and check these wicks off. So hopefully these are, you know, the right wicks that I, you know, received in my pack since it was in bulk. And I also just got done labeling these. I did most of these for like Instagram and TikTok, and I did like a few for here. But y'all remember the other vlog when I showed y'all like me cleaning them and stuff like that. So you can obviously see, because these were the labels I was talking about, like using as like an overhead, because like they weren't the right size, and actually they actually look decent. I still don't like the way they look on this jar, even though I never really tried it. I don't like the way they look on this jar, and then they're kind of like thick. But as you can see, like these are like 2.75, so they don't go down as far, but it's still good. You know, I still get to use it for something. I get to label them and put test on there instead of what I had when I had like all the actual names and stuff. When I didn't, I knew I was gonna reuse those jars, but I didn't think about reusing them and not having the old scent name. So it's like, because I'm gonna test like all new scents in here. So yeah, and this one I just I should have labeled first, honestly, but I didn't, because I was already burning it and it was to the side right there. So I forgot to label it like first, so I just labeled it last. But yeah, like I don't know, because I thought my thermometer was broke, but it turns out it had just like turned. So this one is doing really good. This is my favorite scent, as y'all know. And I've only cured it for like 2 or 3 days, because at first it didn't do well curing for a few days. It did better cure for like 2 or 3 weeks. But now, like, the throw isn't like to the living room and back. Even though I did smell it in the living room, it's not like a big throw like when it sits for a few weeks, but it is a decent throw for what it is, especially for me to only have cured it like 3 days. So I don't know, because I think I put my Presto pot on like 250, because I know that when I put it on 200, because these be warmed up to at least 200, when I put it at 200, it never goes past like 180 or 160. So I put it on like 250, which was probably too high, so it probably got around 250, maybe 220, in which I don't know what happened, because I couldn't even read the temperatures because my thermometer was messed up. But yeah, I couldn't even read the temperature on that. And then I waited because it seemed like it was too hot, so I waited a bit. So I don't know if I poured it cool or wet, but I don't know if it's because I heated it over 200, so it's around like 250, 220. Then I let it cool down, so I don't know if I poured the fragrance oil still too hot or if I poured it cooler. And then when I poured it, like I don't heat my jars, so like sometimes when I pour it, it's like very hot, and you can tell by like the jar, you touching the jar, and then you can see it's bubbling, and then like it's just hot wax. Sometimes when I pour, it does like go ahead and get a cloud on it, like, because you know the jar is cool. But with this jar, like when I poured it in there, it started solidifying like fast. I don't know if the jars were cooler than usual. I don't know if I poured it cold. I don't know, but something around that made that scent actually smell pretty good after only curing for like 2-3 days, because I made it like on Friday or Saturday, and I was gone until Monday. And I just I started burning it last night because I know I wanted to go ahead and make all of my candles and stuff like that with a scent, since I'm done testing and stuff like that. Even though I only have 2 scents, it's still something, and it's not, you know, one. And I have a good amount to where I can make a good amount of candles out of that, so that's good. And I'm proud of the scents. I'm be honest, y'all, in my mind I was thinking like, it wasn't like a serious thought, but I was like I don't know if I'm ever gonna get out this stage. I don't know if it's gonna work. I don't know if I'm gonna get out of this stage of testing and not find the right wax, not find the right fragrance oils, and it not working. But thank God it worked. And I just thought about that. I'm like, even my favorite scent that was kind of weaker in others, and then the scent that I knew had the best hot throw wasn't working in other waxes. So I'm like, if I can't get the best scent in the world, then what I'm gonna do? So, and then it scared me because when I first started testing, even though I was a noob at it, even though this was also my second paraffin wax or candle wax, but my third wax overall, because at first I used to do like pillars and like wax melts using soy and stuff like that. So I've had around like 4 maybe 5 waxes, but only 2 were really for candle making. But thank God I'm blessed enough to have this just to be on like my second wax. I wasted money with fragrance oils, but hopefully somebody buys it off of me, or I find a way to write it off, or I just cut my losses. And thank God I know now that I need to buy samples. So I've been thinking about buying samples. There's a lot of scents that I want to try and whatnot, but I don't want to rush it. I want to make money off of this, because with these I can do 2 batches. So I can do 1 batch for both scents, right, until I run out of wax. So then I would have to buy more wax. I still have more fragrance though, so like the rest of the fragrance that I have, I can make 2 whole batches out of. And then I'm thinking for on that second batch, when I run out of fragrance oil, I need to buy more fragrance oils. Then I can and I should buy, you know, sample fragrances, you know, test out more fragrances and you know, stuff like that. So I'm trying to pace myself and see when I should start updating, like when I should get the 1,000 pack of wigs. You know, that's just an example, but it's not, because I'm not near 1,000 wigs yet. Hopefully I will be soon and stuff like that. But like when I should like with something like this, because I bought these warning labels, right? It's like 1,000 of them, right? So that's good for the price or whatever. Like, it's very cheap. But you know, I'm extra and I have like craft labels, so I want to do my own label at some point, you know. But it's like, I have 1,000 of these, and it's like, I'm just not starting. It's like, and it's in my mind, I'm like, when am I gonna be making hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of candles to, well, first of all, let's backtrack a little bit, right? So like I was saying about knowing when to buy the craft wicks for the bottom for the warning labels, I can do my custom labels. I was like, okay, I'm thinking about when I run out of stuff, or when I have to buy other things, this is when I can buy this and stuff like that. It'll be my opportunity. But I'm like, okay, this is 1,000. When am I gonna run out of these? Like, these could last me 4 years. Who knows? Like, hopefully it don't, you know. So, you know, that means I've been making, you know. But I'm like, I don't know how long it's gonna last me. That could last me a long time, you know. So it's like, when am I gonna be able to have the opportunity when things are gone? Like, who knows when those are gonna be gone? So what I'm thinking about now, what I just thought about, was using them, you know, for now, and then seeing, okay, like at some point, just some random point, just go ahead and buy the labels and then just sell these, or use these as backup or something like that. But yeah, I've just been trying to like think and understand of when I'll actually start, what's it called, when I actually start like upgrading. Because at first, when I first started, I wanted to be extra. I wanted this, I wanted that, I wanted my white boxes, I wanted custom packing tape, you know. But it's like, that costs a lot more. It's like my brand isn't even, you know, like fine-tuned yet to be doing all of that, and that's just more money. So thank God I be saying that, but thank God I have calmed down to where it's like, I know that I can start off small. I can do these, I can do some stuff here and there because I still need to, use something, for my brand, but I don't have to go all out with the custom warning label yet, or like the white boxes and the custom this and that and stuff like that. I don't have to do that yet. But I also don't want to get into, like when you start seeing how much money you're saving by not having custom stuff, I don't want to get that mindset of, oh, I'm going to keep using this stuff so I can make it cheap and stuff like that. So I can keep getting more money and not, upgrading my packaging and stuff like that. I don't want to stay in that mindset of, oh, this is a good price. So you're going from like 0.01 cent to like, 30 cents and stuff like that just for a label. So, or just for, a white box and custom packing tape and stuff like that. And instead of using this, I'm using this and, just stuff like that. So I don't want to, that's the only thing. So I'm glad I did calm down to where like it's more feasible and it makes more sense and it's less, stress on me and stuff like that. But I don't want to get into the thing of trying to keep saving and using recycled boxes all the time and not giving my brand and identity just because I want to continue to be cheap because I see how much money I'm saving. So I just don't want to get into that mindset. And I thank God I was able to say that, how I've been like kind of wanting to say that and whatnot. But yeah, I just don't want to get trapped in that mindset. So that's one reason why I didn't even want to do that, but hey, so, and then it's also like, okay, when do you know when you should, do that? When do you know that you can or that you should start, upgrading your boxes and stuff like that? Like, how do you know that? That's what I be thinking. So I've been trying to figure that out and stuff too. But yeah. So this is where I put them since that spot is empty, and I'm still letting the lids kind of like air out. I don't know if they are ever going to, but I'm gonna just kind of like do them like that, see if that works. And then just put them up there and then put the rest of the jars in the back and have them like numbered and stuff. But I'm glad I was actually able to use them for this and stuff, so that's cool. Okay, so I've go ahead and cleaned the rest of them out that I had left. Thank God I did it. I didn't want to, but thank God I did. I see like a little wax down there I have to get. The light was off because I was getting a bit hot. Excuse me. But yeah, okay, I see a little bit of wax down here. I'll probably just scrape that out, honestly. But yeah, I just go ahead and clean the rest of them out because I left for a few days since the last video where I had did them. But I just go ahead and clean them out since I put the other ones up there, and I don't want to have these left out. And see, I have my ring light plugged in, and that's where like this goes, so that's why it was dark and I couldn't record it. So either the ring light's gonna be on or plugged to my laptop, but it gets too hot in my laptop and it makes my extension cord too hot too, so that's why I really don't like using it. like that, but you know, I have to for the video at least. Now I want to plug it into my laptop because it makes it too hot. But I just go ahead and wiped it out, and it came out in honestly one swoop, so thank God that worked. And honestly, this top, I know this is random, but this top is from another alcohol, but I had got this alcohol from Dollar Tree. I got like 2 of these because you will use a lot of alcohol and paper towels when you know, have a candle business and a business in general, but especially candles, because that's how you clean up all of your supplies and stuff. You have to do that. But yeah, I saved this top, so every time I throw away a bottle, hopefully I continue to remember this, but so I don't forget. But every time I throw away a bottle, like this one is getting low, I'm just take this top off and put it on the next bottle, or just you know, just pour the other container in here and stuff like that. I didn't know alcohol had an expiration date. Did I know that? But hey. So I'm going to put all of this up. I just have this big old knife because, like, y'all know, like, with my wholesale, I want to do like cases of 25, but if I don't, like, my jars come in like these little foam things, so it's like imagine two more down here, so it's like 5 by 5, so it's like 25, and I didn't want to have to break it up because even when I get bigger, I don't want to have to be cutting it up because my supply doesn't send it that way. So I'd rather just go ahead and pick up the whole thing and just put it in the box and, you know, ship it and stuff like that. But for right now, since I am small and I don't have the boxes that I need to hold that 25, you know, I got random boxes and stuff like that. So one holds 8, one holds this and that and this and that. So I just started cutting them and stuff like that until I get the actual boxes that fit. So that's why I got this big old knife, because this is kind of like the only one that will work when me cutting through that styrofoam like that. But I'm gonna go ahead and put the rest of these up.
Through drought and famine, natural disasters, my baby